Good morning. Happy, what do we got? Wednesday. Look at the time and the temp. We got a little after 7 a.m. and it's 48 degrees. Beautiful. Beautiful weather. A little crispy. I'm in a long sleeve shirt with jeans on today. What do you think about that? We're actually taking, I don't know if we can see this back there. We're taking the load to the dump, not to the organic waste facility kind of dump, but like actual trash dump. I had a room demoed in the house, and I was under the impression, well, we agreed verbally that the contractor doing it would take all the garbage, but it was a lot more than there was. Long story short, there was multiple. They actually used exterior, like wood siding kind of stuff in this room. It was actually kind of cool. My wife hated it, but I thought it was interesting enough. But they had like a cork board built into it, so it was just like it needed to go. And then there's drywall behind it, but it was old drywall, and once you start prying the boards off, then you're damaging the drywall. So it ended up being a lot of demo. He was just like, he gets to the last day, didn't say anything. Said the first day, oh yeah, I'm taking it. Then last, oh yeah, I'm not taking it. Now, it was never in the contract anything about garbage. So, unfortunately, he just kind of, I think he ended up saying he wanted the boards if they were smaller and in better shape after they were ripped up. They were in great shape in the house, but I was very frustrated with that. And just as contractors, I just wanted to make this video. You can be great, like if you're at a project for, let's say, a week. 4 of those 5 days, you're amazing. But the last day, you start acting like a complete jerk. Like, just not how you were. Maybe he was having a bad day, whatever. But, that's going to rub the client the wrong way. You're not going to get work again. You're not going to be recommended for work. It's just silly. There were a lot of little things that were just very silly with that project at the end that really should have been prevented. And he ended up getting, just want to make sure I'm still filming. You talk about change orders, add-ons. He got an additional $1,000 worth of work, which, is a decent amount. So, whatever. It is what it is. The room's like 90% done, but just stupid things like left the room a complete mess with the sand everywhere. And he's like, oh well, there was nothing. We didn't talk about cleanup. I'm like, well, no contractor. I'm not saying you have to leave the place spotless, but no contractor ever, leaves something like this. It's just weird. But in the end of the day, he was a little bit less expensive than everybody else, so you get what you pay for. And his work was decent. His work was pretty good, but especially for the money. I thought the work was great, but for the money, but you get what you pay for, and that's all around. So anyway, we just passed through Hopewell. We're coming up. We're going to Royal now, Royal Karting. So we'll dump off this guy. Oops. And we'll dump off this guy, and we'll see how much. I'm always curious how much things weigh and see if I can guess. I'm going to guess in the neighborhood of 800 pounds. I think it's between 500 and 1,000. He thought it was a lot more, but I think he was just trying to pull my arm to you know, to make it a bigger deal than it was. So it's definitely a lot. Not, you know, he didn't have a trailer. He was just gonna throw it in the back of the pickup. Definitely wouldn't fit in the back of a pickup bed. We got the 16-foot trailer. All 16 feet are full, at least up to the rails. Some parts even a little above. So that shows you, just in terms of a mess, how much that is. And then, you know, we'll figure out what that is. And I wait, but. I got a big road trip coming up with this truck, doing over 1,000 miles, and I really didn't want to be going through a dump where you could be picking up nails and stuff. So, but anyway, luckily before the road trip, I am away for a few days, so I'll thoroughly inspect the tires and make sure that make sure that, you know, we don't have any flats or whatever, and then God forbid we have to take another car, but just kind of sucks. Also had an issue with the WaySafe trailer, WaySafe hitch. I'm constantly changing out the ball size, and long story short, there is definitely an issue with the locking mechanism that in the adjustable ball part. So I'm gonna have to order a new one. I hope to God I can get it off. I also need to work on getting the actual hitch pin lock off too, because that was like corroded on. So a lot of stuff, but let me focus on driving here, and talk to you guys soon. Bye. All right, update 2. We successfully unloaded. Got the trailer all cleared out there. This is not a good idea in front of me. Look at that. That's just hold on with like 2 ratchet straps that are super small. I get so worried about tire pressures. We are colder this morning, but we're looking good. They're all pretty even. So if you see that, 57, 55, the one on the right side, the ones on the right side of the truck were always lower to begin with. I don't know why. It just was what it was. So I think we're okay. I will give the tires a good check and a good go it over. Same thing with the trailer tires. But what I was trying to say in the last one, just because I'm just gonna be waiting online for a little bit now. So the WaySafe hitch, there's 2 locking mechanisms. There's the coupler, the pitch pin lock, you know, that locks the vehicle locks the trailer to the vehicle. And there's the van weighs 7,500 pounds empty. I love seeing the weights. Then there's because you have the adjustability, right? So you could raise and lower the hitch. Then there's that. And that, yesterday, I was changing out, because I have to take that off to change out the size of the ball. I go between 2 and 5/16 a lot. That pin, that locking mechanism, basically gets stuck. But I'm able to press on it with my finger to get it in there. So I'm just like, I was praying to God. I was like, please don't fall out. Like, please be okay. Please be okay. I have to order new ones. And then hopefully, please God, make it be able to come back. So, you know, we'll see. This 350 with the wood is 9,400 pounds. All right, let me go pay. Peace. All right, last video on this saga, whatever. It took an hour of my morning by the time well, it took more than that if you counted me loading it, but by the time I got there, waited in line. There's a little bit of a line. I did get there a little after open. So there were about 6 trucks ahead of me, not including the ones dumping, so probably like 10 because they dump 3 to 4 at a time. I'm sure this guy's going in right now. Dump trailer would have been nice, but you know what? Honestly, it's so cool and it warmed up. Good thing I did it when I did because it's warmed up so much since. I showed you it was like 7:08 and it was 48 degrees. We've gone up a bunch more. It's 56 degrees now, but the sun's really beating. But here, we're $96. And it was $12.80 was the weight. So about 1,300 pounds dropped. So pretty good. We're behind a Royal truck right now. 1,300 pounds. You know, not a crazy weight by any means, but you know, in the same breath, not something you really want to offload at the dump. But I will say I'm proud of myself because I did offload that by hand by the time the guy next to me figured out his dump trailer. So, but nevertheless, I do need a dump trailer. So that kind of negates my argument for one, but I definitely do need one. At least save half the work. You know, you do have to load it, but at least the unloading is a dump. So we'll see. That's, you know, years down the road. And I would primarily use it for, you know, mulch, gravel, that kind of thing. All the landscapers are out there. So many landscapers here. One there. We got Limar there. I guess you got me. Because I'm about to, I'm gonna have a quick bite to eat, take the dog out, load mowers, and I'm gonna start my day early today. So grass will be mowed wet today, but it is what it is. That's why we have the V-Ride. I gotta get ready for a vacation. So last one's today. I was able to do one of those last night. I just loaded up the truck while I was kind of waiting for this guy to finish, and then he took longer than I thought. And but I was like, you know what, the heck with it. Let me just knock one out really fast. That's the one that the people are. It's like they're like country home. So I was able to do that one, and that one only takes like 15 minutes, and it's like less than 10 minutes there, less than 10 minutes back. So you know, you're talking not a lot of time. Only, you know, you can give yourself a half hour. I think I left after 6 and I was home at 6:27, and that gives you a few minutes to unload the equipment. That's how quick it is. And that's where, you know, easy money, but you have minimums. They have a big property, but the property is majority woods. There's not a lot of grass. They do want to add more grass, so that mow will be getting, I guess, longer whenever that happens. But, you know, just in and out, nice and quick, $67 in, you know, 15 minutes, if that, and most of that is trimming and blowing. So not bad. 67 is my minimum. So you know, whether it takes me 1 minute or, I mean, I'm not really going to go much over a half hour, 45 minutes for $67. Then the price goes up, but you know, it is what it is. These Power Strokes work. So many guys here have Ford trucks. It's awesome. Ford and Ram are popular around here. There are a few Chevy sprinkled in, but Ford and yeah, Power Stroke and Cummins, a lot of them around. Duramaxes are really not too far to. if you see them, they're like young kids that have them, but guys who actually work have either the Power Stroker or the Comets. You know what it is? We get snow here, so a lot of guys plow and stuff, and you want a solid front end. I don't care what anybody says. Oh yeah, Chevy's, but it might be a little smoother. It might be, but those Chevy and GMC front ends, they're just, there's something about a solid front end compared to an independent front suspension when plowing. So, it is what it is. Today we have the big property. Then we've got another one of these little like 15-minute jobs on the way back. The only thing that sucks is I usually take the small trailer in there because it's really tight to turn around in this cul-de-sac. And we got PD, so we don't want to be seen on the phone. I'm having the hitch pin issue, so I think I'm just locked on this trailer, unfortunately, which is not good. Definitely not good. I'm trying to think what else here. Yeah, so that's all. I am hopefully getting a new vehicle that will have a hitch. I can't tell anything really though. Even the small trailer with a mower is maxing it out. It's only like 1,500, 2,000 pound towing capacity, but I don't know. In a pinch, man, throw the landscape, throw the small little trailer on the back there. Put a mower and pray. I don't know. At the same point, I really don't want to mess that up. But I'm gonna pay for new locks and then just hopefully when I get back from vacation, I really got to work at this the mechanism that allows me to take the whole thing off, that hitch pin. That's been the stubborn one, and I really haven't been able to get that one. But if I can get that one off, then I can just order a new. Well, I could order new locking pins. I'm going to order new locking pins anyway, but that way, I have extra hitches. And I have a sleeve to reduce. Actually, I would need to reduce size because this is a 3-inch hitch. I think I just have the sleeve to reduce it down to 2.5. But the hitch I have is a 2-inch. But whatever, I buy a cheap backup hitch. I mean, it's not a big deal. But you can't, you need to be able to get your hitch off. And I really don't want to cut it off. To me, that's sketchy with it slipping and the sparks and all the metal shards. And, I don't really think that's the best idea. So, I got to work at that lock. I got to get some stuff to penetrate some of that gunk out. And the guys also say heat. Maybe I could stick like a little paper clip in there and see if I can get. It just sucks. It sucks. The problem is last winter, the little cover for that fell off, and I didn't realize it. In the winter, I don't tow much of anything, so I'm you're not constantly checking your hitch lock covers and stuff like that, especially the one with the pin, because that one's harder to see. The one with the coupler is a bigger cover. I've actually lost that and I've reordered one. I noticed that right away because it's a black spot on your hitch rather than the whole thing's silver. But the other one, you don't really notice at all. And I guess I'm sure just winter, you got salt, you got corrosive stuff, you got, who knows in that pin. But it's before it gets worse, I gotta really try and clean it out. If anybody has recommendations, you can try and WD-40 and blast some things out and maybe take a paper clip and try and see if there's any like pebbles or stuff. I mean, you know, unfortunately this truck gets put through the ringer, so dirt, grime, dust, a lot of that gets in there. So and then if I can get the hitch off, that'll be beautiful. Because I'm really worried about it. Not even just, obviously you have multiple trailers, so you want the ability to switch, but thank God I was able to get this one on. I'm just like praying that it's on there secure, because it looks and it feels that I've done a million tug tests and stuff with it, but you don't really know until, you know, you don't know until you know. So, but anyway, it's just one more day of mowing today, and then I'll hopefully reorder one, and then when I get back I can take a look at it. But anyway, I'm just about home. Listen to this girl climb. All right, have a great one, everybody. Peace.